The following show is for entertainment purposes only and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of Empire Media LLC, its subsidiaries, affiliates, sponsors, and advertisers. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to The Majors Live, episode 192, here on TMSNX Radio, themajors.net. I am Adam Hernandez. With me, as always, Dorf and Shawn. Dorf, Shawn, how are we doing tonight, you guys?
Hello. I'm doing good. How are you?
I am I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
We're live.
Yeah, we are live.
We're live on, 4 different platforms?
Correct. 4 different, yeah.
You can see my ugly mug directly on 4 different platforms.
Poor fans.
My very, very
Poor
sweaty.
Hold on, I gotta fix that. Let me fix that camera.
Yeah, did you point the camera away from me? Jerk. Wrong way, dummy. There you go.
There we go. Anyways. Like I said, welcome everybody to the Majors Live, episode 292, here on TMSNX Radio, themajors.net.
Why are you trying to shave off 2.5 years of work, man?
I don't know. Fan question tonight. What was the fan question tonight? Who is going to be, I guess, remembered as the best team? You called it a cycle, Dorf.
Of the summer sports cycle?
Yeah. Of the summer sports cycle, whether that's the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Golden State Warriors, or the Cleveland Cavaliers, if they're able to mount a comeback here with the with Game 5 tonight in Cleveland. It's in Cleveland tonight, correct? I believe that's the case.
Yes.
Does the NBA do 2-3-2?
Yes.
That's
it's in
format?
Cleveland.
Pretty sure it is.
Yeah, me too. Anyways, though. That's our final question tonight. We have it over on our Twitter page at TMSNX Radio. So go over there, give it a vote, and like I said, let us know what you think.
No, it's at the Oracle Arena.
Is it?
Is that
so,
Oracle?
So is it 2-2-3?
No, it's 2-2-1-1-1.
Oh yeah, that is right. The 2-3-2.
Trying to wonder why they got an extra day off because they've had 3 days and since they played Friday, they had Saturday and Sunday off. So it's at the Oracle Arena in Oakland.
Oh, well, that I guess that makes things a little bit more difficult for Cleveland tonight. But anyways, though, I do want to get into our first topic. First topic on the night tonight is LeBron James making some pretty interesting comments the other day. When asked about the greatest athlete, I guess, of all time, and he was asked the prospects of that being Tom Brady. And I'm trying to bring the article up right now. However,
Here, I got you.
You got it?
Yeah.
Do you have his?
Yeah. You wanted me to read the quotes?
Yeah, read the quote.
Okay. Okay. Come on, load, dang it. You're hogging all the bandwidth with that, 4-location streaming, you jerk. All right. So, when asked, after I watched, asked by, LeBron James was asked by this reporter, after watching Tom Brady win the Super Bowl, it made me start to think, only thing that marks greatness is consistency over a long period of time. This actually is a quote from Maverick Carter, LeBron's best friend and business partner. And also to add on to that, LeBron was quoted as saying, "Just as a basketball player, the pounding you take running both sides. I got to play defense. Oh shit, I got to back on. Go back and go down the floor on offense. Oh shit, I got to get back on defense. Oh shit, I got back and go up the floor on offense." As physical as football is on the body, I know it's crazy on the body, but for a quarterback, and, for Patriots coach Bill Belichick does a great job of implementing 5 guys in front to protect that asset. For us basketball players, every single night you got to play both sides. We both played football. Offense has never really talked to defense all week. We don't have to speak to you at all. When I even played football offensively, I tried never to talk to the defensive side. Never even talked to y'all. I ain't talked to nothing. Ain't nothing to talk about. I'm sitting down on the bench like, oh, turnover. Oh, where's my helmet? You remember that. I'm not saying he's not great. He's the greatest football player of all time. I don't, and then Brady was asked why, James was asked for what it was worth. Brady agrees much of what James said. He said last month explaining on why he's not the NFL's greatest player of all time. I don't disagree with you. This is a quote from Brady. I don't disagree with what you're saying, and I'll tell you why. I know myself as a player. I'm a really great product of what I've been around, who I've been coached by, who I've played against in the era I played in. I do really believe a lot of people were in my shoes that can accomplish the same amount of things. I've just been very fortunate. And that's essentially the end of it.
This boils down to whether or not football players can be considered the greatest athletes of all time. If that's not the case, then you have guys like Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Barry Sanders.
If you accept Maverick Carter's definition of what describes greatness as consistency over a long period, consistent top-end performance over long periods of time, I think you still can, using that definition, achieve that as a football player.
Yes, if you're talking about consistency, but if you're taking LeBron
Who's the greatest
James
athletic specimen of all time, I don't think NFL players are likely to fit that bill.
Because they don't last as long as other athletes do in sports, like, for example, basketball, the baseball, and even hockey, in football, you last half of that because of how rough the sport is.
That's being generous.
Right, and then because of how rough the sport is, and if you want consistency, because you could look at some of these, football players you say that are great that lasted 5 years. Like, you could look at, for example, was it Larry Johnson, the running back for...
for Penn State running back,
right,
with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, and he broke the record for rushing touchdowns that season. But he lasted had 5 good seasons. That's it.
You see that? You know what though? You could see something like that though in any sport, Shawn, where a player doesn't last as long as the shelf life would usually dictate for that particular sport, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, whatever. I guess I don't know. I guess on the surface it seems a little arrogant for LeBron James to make this proclamation that.
Leave it to the commentators. Just go win a damn game.
But it is LeBron James we're talking about. So.
But LeBron James is in that discussion though. Is LeBron James in that discussion as being one of the greatest athletes of all time?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he a better athlete than Tom Brady?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is he the best player in his sport?
Currently?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Is Tom Brady the best player in his sport?
Probably not.
Probably
not anymore.
No.
Not at age 40.
I would say if you could say, 5 to 10 years ago, yes.
Not at age 40.
Yeah.
Or however old Tom Brady
is. It's tough. It's tough at age 40. I guess I don't want to totally eliminate football players from this equation, though.
No, absolutely not.
No, you don't.
I'm just not going to pick a pocket passing quarterback in his late 30s, early 40s.
Would you say that Cam Newton's a better athlete than Tom Brady?
Absolutely.
So Tom Brady really isn't in this discussion. He shouldn't be in this discussion.
No.
If we want to define athlete as just the manifestation of ultimate human performance, yes. Yeah. I don't think Tom Brady
but if we're talking about best athlete as of right now.
Have you seen Tom Brady's combine tapes? He's not a great athlete. He's a great football player, but he might as well be Bambi running. So, yeah, I with that being said, Tom Brady has had if you buy Maverick Carter's definition, the long sustained success for a high end success for a long period of time, then yes, by that definition, Tom Brady is one of the greatest athletes of all time. He's got bling on every finger. But at the same time, as a display of ultimate human performance, he's not.
There's also a difference though between I think between being an athlete and being a player.
Fair.
I mean, it can. I mean, it can go. It can go hand in hand. Obviously, it goes hand in hand. I mean, athletes are
In
players.
most sports, yes.
Yes, athletes are players, and players are athletes. But Tom Brady's going to show that you can be the best player of all time
And not be the best athlete.
and not be the best athlete. And we've seen it. We've seen it many times too.
I mean, look at some of the best players of all time in like baseball, for example. David Ortiz is not a good athlete.
But he can hit the
Could
ball.
go down as one of the most clutch hitters of ever.
Mhm.
You look at arguably the best hitter of a generation, Miguel Cabrera.
Mhm.
He is not a good athlete.
You can say same thing for Albert Pujols.
Albert Pujols is not a good athlete.
Yeah.
You look at some of the high-end pitchers like
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson was big, awkward, and goofy.
Well, one of the greatest
He's-
athletes of all time, did play baseball, and that was Bo Jackson.
Right.
Bo Jackson.
I
yeah.
mean, Bo Jackson isn't going to go down as one of the greatest baseball players of
You
all
could
time.
possibly say the same thing for Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders is another one.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders is a far better football player
Yeah.
than he was a baseball player.
Oh yeah.
And it takes a certain
Athlete to be able to
athletic
move.
superiority to do
Right.
something like that. But again, that just goes to show that you don't have to be the best athlete, or sometimes the best athletes don't equate as
That's
being the
success.
best players.
Mhm.
So I mean, again, I think there has to be some. You have to distinguish this a little bit, and not look at it on the surface as being a slight towards Tom Brady.
Oh no, this is not an. At the same time, it's just a lack of a common definition of what we're arguing about here. Is where most of it, if you want to prescribe controversy to this, that's where most of it lies. There isn't a commonly accepted definition of what what an athlete is, and let alone what a great one is. I mean, if you take the Maverick Carter definition, the sustained high level success over time, or are you taking pinnacle of human performance, or somewhere in between, or a mixture thereof? And as long as there's no agreement on that, you'll never be able to even attempt to establish the ultimate standard.
Mhm.
Who's the standard bearer? That's even before you even look at like the Olympic sport guys. Like, is Usain Bolt the ultimate athlete of all time?
Michael Phelps.
Absolutely.
There's so many sports out there that there's
and
so
it's
many
really,
great
really
players. Right, you can't make a
And
decision.
it's really, really hard to establish, the ultimate pinnacle of human performances because there's so many different things that the human body can do.
Mhm.
And how do you weight them?
Right.
Is swimming more important than running?
I think so.
Is swimming to most people is the act of not drowning.
Who wants to run? Come on.
Nobody
You can
wants to
have
run
fun
either.
in the water. Nobody has fun running.
But Michael Phelps is really good at swimming in straight lines and back and forth.
Yes.
Quickly over short distances. He's not a distance guy.
Mm-hmm.
Usain Bolt is very good at running 100 to 200 meters at a time.
Mm-hmm.
How would he hold up in a marathon?
He'd probably get his ass kicked.
And that's you
Right.
you see these guys built different too, because
Right.
my sister-in-law is a big time runner, and she's a marathon runner. She's not a sprinter, she's a marathon runner. If she was a sprinter, she'd be
Awful.
much bulkier
Yeah.
than what she is now.
Because if you think about it, sprinters if you're running a 200-meter race, you got to be, it's go, 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 go for 20 seconds. Marathons, it's go, go, go for 2.5 to 3 hours. Totally different body types that are good for that. Totally different, types of athletes that are good at that.
I'm not even sold that the best athletes in the world play these respective sports.
No.
I don't think. To be honest,
Look at some of the guys that play rugby.
Right. I think like what Dorf said, more people who are like in the Olympics and stuff like that, to me, are more of the better athletes because they play those unique sports that, you have to be, you just have to be so different. Obviously, say for example, for football, instead of, running the 100 yards, or you're not consistently running 100 yards in football or whatever, but, for track, obviously, long distance runs, you're running for 2.5 hours straight almost, or like the you could say pole vaulting or whatever, like just your balance that you have to keep on that pole to jump 19 feet in the air.
It's different levels of specialization.
Right, exactly. I feel that people are who do stuff like that is more of the better athlete than say, you, for example, LeBron James talking and stuff like that.
I think that, quite honestly, LeBron, if we want to do an ultimate level of human performance, LeBron James in his athletic prime, give him 6 months to train on something, and I bet you can compete with pretty much anything on the world scale.
You look at it, he could probably get a full ride for football when he came.
He would have been an NFL player.
Yes. You possibly could say the same thing for baseball. He was actually really good with baseball, too. You know, if he puts his mind to it, he's a big dude.
He's a little... I would hesitate to prescribe success in baseball to him just because he's too damn tall.
I'm just saying, if he put his mind to it, he could do it.
The best baseball players on the earth are about between 6 foot and 6'2".
Right.
He's just too tall.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying...
They could find a spot.
But I'm just saying... Okay, you could say Randy Johnson. He was 6'10".
Yeah.
Could you put him at third base?
No.
Probably not. No. LeBron James
is a right fielder or a first baseman.
No, he'd be with the amount of wheels on him, he would probably have been a center fielder.
Damn.
Yeah. But I know he was really good. He was a really good wide receiver.
But at the same time, he wouldn't be built if he was a baseball player. He wouldn't have built his body like a brick house like he has.
Exactly.
I don't know what he throws. I don't know how fast he can throw.
I don't know.
He's got
It's a moot point at this point.
I mean, they over the weekend, Bryce Harper gunned somebody out at the plate.
98.2 miles.
Yeah, they said he threw a 98, like you said, Dorf, 98.2 miles per hour. You have to be a good athlete in that sense too. Bryce Harper
is a good athlete.
Is definitely one of the better athletes in Major League Baseball right now.
Oh, for sure.
Is he better than Trout? Is he a better athlete than Trout?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Do you think Trout is the best athlete? Can you say is it safe to say that the five tool players in baseball, quote unquote, are probably the best athletes in the game?
I can't think of anybody on the surface, but I'm sure give me a couple minutes and I could probably come up with some people that are
better than Trout
in the ballpark.
Okay. Who'd you say? Oh, back on a
just to name one off the surface, like a Gene Segura, maybe, might be somewhere close in athletics.
What about Machado?
Doesn't really run well enough for me to consider him up there.
Are you talking about up there with Bryce Harper?
Like the Bryce Harper and Mike Trouts of the world. It's just athletes. Maybe a Nolan Arenado type.
Yeah, Nolan's kind of up there. I mean, he doesn't run as good as they do.
Okay, fine. Charlie Blackmon.
The way he's been playing right now, yeah, you could say that.
Or like the guy that like a Kevin Kiermaier is a really nice athlete.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sure. Anyway,
but not going to be the best player of all time. Look at Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth is obviously one of the best players of all time,
and he was
you could say the same thing.
He
with
was
Pete Rose.
chain cigar smoking guy with a beer gut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Miguel Cabrera, Albert Pujols, like you were saying, Shawn. I mean, baseball players is probably the worst example for something like this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at the guys that had decade-long sustained level of success that weren't great athletes. Prince Fielder, Mo Vaughn.
Oh, Mo Vaughn.
Mo Vaughn was awesome.
Frank Thomas was really not that great of an athlete.
Do you guys remember Kevin Mitchell?
I do, yeah.
Yep.
I remember Kevin Mitchell.
Big man.
Mm-hmm. Who else?
Remember? Oh God,
Richie Sexton.
Richie Sexton was a decent athlete in his career.
David Wells.
Yeah, David Wells. God, who am I thinking of?
CC Sabathia.
Chris
Bartola Colon.
Okay, remember when Bartola Colon was actually in decent shape until he hit 35 and stopped giving a fuck. You look at another guy like Chris Duncan. He played with the Cardinals during the Albert Pujols era.
Yep.
Dude was a fucking offensive tackle that played left field. Adam Dunn.
Yeah.
A giant mountain of a man.
Jim Thome.
Yeah. Jim Thome was a good one.
Jim Thome, he was a decent athlete. He didn't get untenably slow until his late 30s. But yeah, I mean, not great athletes, but great ball players. Another name that just come to mind: Andres Galarraga, the big cat.
Yeah, baseball isn't the best.
This is all in just the last, notable players of the last 20 years.
Well, real quick, I'm looking at LeBron James' Wikipedia page.
Sure.
He was actually Notre Dame,
Notre Dame Prep was the high school he went to.
No, Notre Dame College for football. They recruited him to come play football, but he turned it down.
Yeah, because the only place he was ever going to go to college was Ohio State.
Hey,
Let's not forget about that.
I'm just saying. But it doesn't have anything on his baseball in high school or anything.
I don't think he played baseball in high
I
school.
thought he did. Maybe
Pretty
I was
sure he
wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
No. Sean's not admitting he is wrong, is he?
Yeah, I said maybe I'm wrong.
Only if you could get him to admit that he was wrong for buying a camper.
No, why am I wrong for that?
When are we going camping?
You don't camp, so you're never going to go camping.
Can we go to Camp Dearborn?
No, I'm not.
That's not-
I'm
that's
not bringing
glamp-
my camper down here.
It's glamping.
If you're going to go camping, you're going to go up north with me.
Sean, Camp Dearborn is like 5 minutes from your house.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't,
You don't know where Camp Dearborn is?
no, I really don't. Where's it at?
The other end of Milford Road.
Oh, I'm thinking of up north. That's what I'm thinking.
No.
Oh, I don't know. That's why I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
Sean, Camp Dearborn is 5 minutes from
oh,
your
yeah.
house.
Okay.
Let's go to Camp Dearborn in your camper.
I'm not bringing my camper down.
That's
here.
glamping, man.
What about Kensington?
I'm still not bringing my
You were
camper down
doxing
here.
this poor man on
Is
live
it
on
is
the
it,
air.
isn't that the point though? Like to bring your camper down here and then go drive
No.
it somewhere?
I'm gonna drive it up north, farther north than where I have it at.
Where is it right now?
It's up in my parents' place in Oscoda.
Nice golf up there.
What?
Nice golf in Oscoda.
Oh hell yeah, Lakewood Shores, representing.
Camping sucks.
Know what? You suck.
Hey, we have progressed past that point as a human species of needing to camp or live in lifestyle of camping.
I
At this
could-
point, it's the same thing like running long distances.
I could.
We have evolved past it as a species. It is no longer necessary. Stop doing it.
I couldn't agree more with that thought, Dorf.
Are you going to be chased by a wild animal that will eat you if you can't run very fast for a very long time?
Possibly.
The answer is no.
Possibly. Let's go up north. We're gonna go up north in the woods and see what happens.
You have this thing called superior firepower.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You don't need to be able to run away.
Sean, do you have a slingshot?
When I was a kid, I probably still have it at my parents' house somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. Why?
I was wondering because
Did you?
no,
What? How did you have a slingshot when you were a kid?
because I wasn't Dennis the Menace.
Because he was civilized.
That's true. You obviously you guys were in civilization. I wasn't.
Yeah, you
Not
did.
really. Not me. Not really.
We're okay. You were still
Not
close.
quite,
you
not
were
quite
still
as
close.
middle of nowhere as you.
You were still close enough to civilization where you could drive 20 minutes and make it there on time to do something.
Yeah, you're right.
I wasn't.
I mean,
20 minutes driving down the road from where I grew up at. It's
You
like,
didn't even get to
okay,
your
we're
neighbor's
still,
house.
yeah, we're still in the middle of the BFE.
All right.
what you got?
Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into. Are you guys ready for bitches and badasses? this
Yes,
week?
sir.
All right. Let me get some music going here.
You gonna try it out here for the first time without looking?
Oh, this isn't bad.
Yeah, this isn't bad. I like
Yeah,
it.
I'll star this. Should we star this, Dorf?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, we're
It's not like it's a permanent assignment. You can always undo it.
yeah. There we go. Not bad. Not bad. Anyways, we'll start off with Dorf. Dorf, who's your bitch this week? Or your
My-
badass?
Badass this week. My badass this week is Yankees outfielder Aaron Judge for breaking the StatCast machine, breaking his own record like one day after he set it for fastest exit velocity. Holy shit. It's just getting better, man.
Mhm.
Very exciting. You know, gives you a reason to watch the Yankees, not just out of spite.
Shawnee Poo.
The funny thing, I have two badasses, but I'm gonna go with the one as the other one. I'll tell you afterwards, whatever. But this one I'm going with Max Scherzer. He's the third youngest to get to 2,000 strikeouts. You know, just above him is Randy Johnson and Clayton Kershaw, and he tied Nolan Ryan as getting to the closest to 2,000 strikeouts. To me, that's
Fastest
just
to
the
2,000.
fastest. That's just impressive to me. Like that's just pretty damn good, especially how slow of a start he had as his career too.
Fair.
My badass this week are the Pittsburgh Penguins, winning their second consecutive Stanley Cup. Third Stanley Cup in the last less than 10 years.
Yeah, because they won the
They won it.
08-09,
Yep.
15-16, and 16-17.
So Pittsburgh Penguins, first team to win consecutive Stanley Cups since the Red Wings did it in 1997-98, and the first team to win consecutive Stanley Cups in the salary cap era. So,
Good for them.
Yep. As much as it pains me to badass the Pittsburgh Penguins,
You got to do it.
you got to do it. They certainly deserved it after after what happened last night. Fluky goal, too, the game winner by oh shit, who scored the goal?
I don't know. I wasn't watching.
Oh, Patrick Hornquist. He's behind the goal line, banked it off Pecorine, and that's what did it. Anyways, moving along to our... There we go.
Benny Hill Bitches of the Week.
Yep. Go ahead, Dorf. Bitch of the week.
My bitch of the week is Boston Red Sox left-handed pitcher David Price. Why are you picking fights with the media, bro?
We already tried to kill Len Henning in Detroit.
Don't you remember you're still under contract there for 6 more seasons? You might want to be a little bit nicer to these guys. Don't pick fights with people that buy ink by the barrel.
Especially in Boston, too.
Especially in Boston.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Boston's a tough town.
Yeah, you got 6 more years to be there, so you might as well get friendly.
Shawnee Poo, go ahead.
I think Dorf and I are on like the same mind level right now because I was actually going to be going with the Boston Red Sox's, general manager, you could say, for Dave Dombrowski and the ownership on how much are they regretting signing David Price, Rick Porcello, and Drew Pomeranz right now, and how bad they're doing. Just imagine, thank God for Chris Sale for them, because they would not even be in the race at all right now if it wasn't for Chris Sale. Seriously, Rick Porcello is just god awful right now. David Price is, I know, obviously coming back from an injury, but just awful. And then Drew Pomeranz just can't throw a ball up right now.
As good, and we've said it before on the show, you guys, as good as David Price is, as good as, a left-handy, he's one of the best lefties in the game still, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Is the AL East, I know despite how many years he pitched,
specifically having his home ballpark at Fenway, is that a good idea?
Is the AL East in essence the worst division for him to be in?
Yes,
right now?
It's the
yes, it
worst
would.
division for fly ball pitchers, period.
Yeah, all those games at Fenway, especially for him, who has even more.
Another 19 or 18, 19 games collectively at Yankee Stadium in Camden Yards.
Right.
Whoops.
So
Bad sighting.
anyways,
it's not a bad signing for David
Well,
Price. He got $200 million.
I'm saying for the Red Sox.
Yeah, David Price has, got almost $250,000 or $250 billion.
my bitch this week are the NFL refs and their early whistle cost
NFL refs?
NHL.
He said NFL.
Did I say NFL?
Yeah.
NHL, I'm sorry. NHL refs and their early whistles last night. It cost the Predators a goal. The first goal got by Matt Murray, and they put it in the back of the net. However, the referee lost sight of it, blew the whistle, and the goal was called back. Nashville Predators didn't score again, obviously, ended up losing that game 2-0. But it would have been a different game. If Nashville was up 1-0, who knows?
The momentum changed. It's huge.
I don't know if the momentum changed because of that. It's just you don't have that one goal lead, and your game planning is different.
Weren't
in
they
hockey.
home too?
Yes.
Yeah, so I feel that would have changed the whole momentum. The crowd probably would have been into it more, and I think that would have been a whole different atmosphere.
I think the momentum would have been better. I don't know necessarily if it would have changed from where it was. But anyways, though, that's going to do it. Anyways, let's see. Stop it. Shut up, Benny Hill.
Oh, not even a graceful fade out.
I don't have a good fade out for that. I guess I could go onto the board.
Yeah, come on, man. Rookie.
Yeah. I need to give you the
board.
The board. So you could.
No, because Tim Tebow would be gone.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah, you are not allowed to have the board at
Don't
all.
give Shawn the board.
Okay, there'd be so much random shit going on. To be honest, I think it'd probably be better if you just kept it, because I would just be playing random stuff all the time.
I would just boot back up Gus Johnson gets buckets.com.
Because I would every 20 minutes I just play Tim Tebow just to piss Dorf off.
No, you wouldn't know what you're doing. We'd be getting some advertisements or something coming off your computer.
You probably would. I'm like, what the hell's going on right now?
I know Gus Johnson gets buckets.com is gone now, but somebody else has booted it back up on soundboard.com. It's great.
All right, you guys. Let's get into second half of the show tonight. Fact or fiction. Starting off at Sidney Crosby. Mario Lemieux said last night after the Pittsburgh Penguins won the Stanley Cup that Sidney Crosby, and by the way, Sidney Crosby won
Conn Smythe back-to-back.
Conn Smythe's back-to-back seasons or playoffs. as the most valuable player in the playoffs.
And it's not his only 2 that he's won.
Did
He won
win?
a
Yeah, he won.
Did he win in 09?
Yeah, he won at 09, Game 7 against the Red Wings.
I'm assuming he probably won it in 09.
He did. He was there. 09.
I know he was there.
Yeah.
Malkin won in 09.
What did he win in 09? Okay, so Crosby has 2. Sidney Crosby should be considered among the elite of all time in the NHL. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Fact. I agree. Sidney Crosby is going to go down.
By the way, he's also set another record. He's the first team to lead the league, or first guy to lead the league in goals in the regular season and win the Stanley Cup in the same season.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Want to know another weird, interesting fact too about the Penguins?
Go ahead.
Matt Murray, goaltender, still considered a rookie, has 2 Stanley Cup rings.
Impressive. Impressive.
The last player to do that was a Pittsburgh Penguin as well. I can't remember who it was, though.
So obviously he didn't play enough games to be considered as...
In the previous season, yeah.
Oh, and another thing, Dorf, you know, we're talking about the expansion draft that's coming up soon.
Yes, sir. They can't protect him.
Yes, they can.
Is he?
Because Marc-Andre Fleury waived his no-trade clause back in February.
Whoa.
So
Those lucky sons of bitches.
They could very well end up keeping both of them, but Marc-Andre Fleury is
Eligible to be exposed.
He's eligible.
He's halfway hoping to get claimed.
I think. Well, that's why he did it.
Yeah.
I think he knows that his time in
Because it was after the trade deadline, right? The regular season trade deadline.
in February. No, that would be before.
Oh, okay.
The
He
trade
was
deadline.
just trying to get out of there. I want to start again.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes. Anyways, what else do we have next? David Price is punching his ticket out of Boston. Fact or fiction? Fact or fiction?
Fiction. No one's gonna take a troublemaker with 6 years and $180 million left on his deal.
And plus, you look at it too, the way he's pitching also. He's not pitching well.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of a track record now with the media.
Uh-huh.
At the same time, when he was here in Detroit, he did go after Lynn Henning.
No, but
it wasn't for like bullshit reasons either. Lynn Henning is a quack and was writing some bullshit.
Now, look, if you, I will be a defender of media
In most cases,
in most
but not
cases,
that one.
but look, what's that old? What was that old Chris Rock stand-up thing with OJ when he was like? It's so bad when he was sitting there talking about. He's like, look, when if I'm not saying that O.J. Simpson should have killed his wife, but when she's riding around in my car with some other guy, I understand or something like that. It was so bad. Well, it's Chris Rock.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying with David Price and Lynn Henning being here in Detroit.
Yeah,
I understand.
I understand.
I don't know, Shawn. Is he punching his ticket out of Boston?
No, I kind of agree with Dorf fiction because I'm like, there's this nobody's gonna want somebody like that. You know, if he was pitching better and if he wasn't coming back from an injury, yeah, then I could say fact maybe. But
winning ultimately cures all, and none of this would be a problem if he was good. If he had a good season last year and he didn't start this year hurt,
Sure,
there wouldn't be the animosity there.
All right, next up we have Draymond Green needs to shut the fuck up after what he said about Cleveland. Is he giving them bullet board material, or is this ultimately good for the series and the NBA? Creating those rivals.
It's things to talk about. It is bulletin board material, but ultimately it's not going to matter. Golden State's just still that much better. Honestly, if it wasn't 8-on-5 last game, the series would be over.
So
Fiction.
I'm gonna go with fiction too. I'm like, really doesn't matter because how amazing the Warriors are.
I said it before and I'll say it again. I love the type of player that Draymond Green is.
No, it's true, and you know, he can play. He can do that when he can back himself up.
Look, basketball needs this sort of thing. It was getting too friendly.
It's
It was getting
bad boy, man. You know what? All that friendliness, the buddy after after defeats and stuff like that. That's over, man. You don't see that anymore.
No, you don't.
You can partially thank Draymond Green for that.
Absolutely. And then finally, the Predators will be contenders next season. Fact or fiction?
Yeah, because more than half the NHL makes the playoffs. Duh. That's a super shallow analysis of that situation. Yeah, I think they have the ability to, be continuing contenders. I think they've got the right pieces coming back. And you know what? young players are also going to be around too. So
And Pecorini, PK Subban.
he ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, and they've
Subban's really nice,
oh,
especially now that he's out of Montreal and he doesn't have to worry about all that, being the Lord and Savior of the Montreal Canadiens. And he can now just be a hockey player. I think that's great for him.
Yep, and then that's gonna do it. I do want to get. I am a little anxious to get to this stupid shit of the week because, and you know what? I mean, again, I know a lot of people are out there praising Jeff Van Gundy for what he said about. It was very, very random what he's when he decided to start ranting about Khloe Kardashian and her supposed effect on Tristan Thompson, him not playing all that well. Like I said, it was very, very random. Anyways, this is what he said.
A lot in this series, the debate about why Tristan Thompson has not played well. And he hasn't played well. But the debate about whether his significant other, Khloe Kardashian, and the Kardashian curse is the reason, to me, is downright low rent. My thing is this. When LeBron James struggled in 2011 in those finals, did we say it was his significant other that caused him to not succeed? Or last year with Steph Curry, was it Steph Curry's wife when he didn't play up to standard? No, this Kardashian shaming is because she's an easy target. And I don't know her or her family, but I do know this. She deserves an apology for anybody who participated in that type of debate.
And I couldn't agree with you more. It's total disrespect, and it is low rent. We are better than that.
Okay, hold on a second here. Hold on 1 second. Jeff Van Gundy was getting a lot of praise for what he said there. If that's what you're going to be going off of, then if you're going to be going off of that notion right there, that idea that significant others can't play a role into how you perform on the court, then nobody better ever say anything about the media ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever. No, you can't say. You cannot say that the media is going to cause you problems ever again. And look, Khloe Kardashian and the Kardashians in general, I couldn't disagree more regarding this. You cannot compare the Kardashians, whether it's Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, or any of the other ones.
The Associated Jenners.
You cannot equate them to Steph Curry's wife.
Ayesha Curry.
You cannot equate them to LeBron James's wife. You want to know why? Because they're
not celebrities in their own
Yes,
right.
They don't strive for the spotlight. They don't have a reality TV show with cameras being put in your face at all hours of the day. You cannot equate the two. So, if Tristan Thompson isn't playing well and he's dating a Kardashian, it's not unreasonable at all to equate the two together and think, maybe it is one of the Kardashians that is causing some problems here just because of who they are. Just because of, look, they're fame whores. That's who the Kardashians are. And I'm not just saying,
you know what? They've rocked that to the nth degree.
Absolutely.
It's made them millionaires times over. And you know what? They found their niche. They found their marketplace of where people are willing to pay money to wash their shit.
And they're going to keep
buy
doing
their
it
shit.
and doing it and doing it.
There's no reason for them not to.
Right.
And at the same time, this idea that, Tristan Thompson somehow, that's, out of bounds, unfair game, to even bring that up. Look at the amount of star athletes that a Kardashian has attached themselves to and arguably negatively affected their career.
yeah.
I mean, how many has there been? Chris Humphries, Reggie Bush. Who else am I forgetting?
Lamar
Odom.
Yeah,
Lamar Odom. Yeah, so don't forget about Lamar Odom.
I mean, I'm not saying the Kardashians are directly responsible for his downward spiral, but
there's nothing to indicate that they were a positive influence.
No,
when
you look at the track record, is it fair game to say, okay, maybe they had a play into Lamar Odom basically almost killing himself because of drugs and whatnot.
It's easy for an NBA player to be outside of the spotlight during the off season where you can just do you.
And you know what
And
this
decompress and relax. Not when you've got reality TV cameras shoved in your face.
Nope.
and you know what this has nothing. This isn't a male or female thing either. Male counterparts, male spouses can be just as big of a distraction as a female counterpart. So this isn't a sexist thing or a misogynist thing or anything like that. This is I'm talking strictly about who this family is and the track record they have had of just striving for that attention. They have a fucking reality TV show, people.
And have had for, what, a decade?
I'm
Pretty close. It's been quite a while.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's.
I'm pretty sure it was on when I was in high school.
I know it was on when I was in middle school.
So yeah, I'm like, so it's
Been
been
a decade.
it's been a decade.
So I really don't understand why Jeff Van Gundy is getting this type of. You know what that seems like? It seems like easy pickings right there. Oh, you want to play the good guy here and say it's not somebody's
It's a white
spouse.
knight for somebody.
Yes, it's not somebody's spouse.
You didn't get all morally indignant. How dare you? How dare you pick on the women and the children?
When it has nothing to do with women and children in this sense. It has everything to do with who this family is.
You know what? It's not necessarily causation, but there's definitely correlation there. Since they've been in a public relationship, and he's got a contract extension, his play has gone downhill. There's two overwhelming factors in there. He got paid. I'm not gonna. Got an easy pun is he got paid and he got laid, but but he got paid. Got a famous girlfriend. And guess what? Play's going to. And you know what? He's the weakest link out of that starting five. Can't keep him out there a lot of the time. He's a max contract player. Can't be having that.
Nope. Anyways, fan question of the night. Who's the best? Who's going to be the best of this cycle of champions this summer? The Pittsburgh Penguins, the Golden State Warriors, if they win tonight, or tomorrow, or Game 6, or Game 7 if it gets to it, or the Cavs if they win Game 7. Who is the best?
It's going to be whoever triumphs in the NBA. Hockey, I would say a above average connoisseur of sports in general. You know how much of the NHL playoffs I watched? Bagel. How much the NBA playoffs I've watched quite a bit of the NBA playoffs, specifically since the conference finals. Honestly, it's more entertaining, and the Warriors are essentially on a 3-year run of almost unprecedented greatness. If they can get the job done, you could say that it's almost unprecedented greatness. They set the individual season record. Had they not gotten jobbed last night, they would have been undefeated in the playoffs. Even to go, 16-1 in the playoffs, running through LeBron.
You think they got jobbed?
Amazing.
Considering the final score of that game, you think they got jobbed?
When you're down so much early because of just the lopsided officiating, yeah, I think they got jobbed. Because then you got to start gambling and doing shit you normally wouldn't do in an attempt to come back and overcome it. And you know what? That keeps digging you in further if you aren't on the mark.
Okay. I am. I'm going to put this for me.
Sure.
If the Cavs win, they're up top.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because then you've overcome not a 3-1 deficit, a 3-0 deficit.
3-0 deficit 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You're the best player in the game. That's what's going to get remembered more.
Mm-hmm. Especially to be able to do that back-to-back.
You know what I put second? I put the Penguins second. Back-to-back champions. Doing it in the salary cap era.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's something to be said about that. I can very much appreciate what the Warriors are doing.
But with a team like that, they should be doing that.
Yeah, and in a sense, too, I mean, the Penguins should be doing what they're doing, considering they have a very well-structured team themselves. However, the Warriors are still better when you draw the parallel between the two sports.
Mhm.
I certainly think that the Penguins, if it's fair to say, they had a tougher road to the Stanley Cup final this year. I don't know. Maybe that's being unfair. I don't know, but I would put the Penguins number 2 on that list, and then the Warriors. If the Warriors would have went
Undefeated
in the playoffs, which I think is more impressive, than going, than setting a wins record in the regular season, then I would have to think that the Warriors would be up there.
Yeah, because that's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, but they didn't do it. I mean, they've got one loss in the playoffs, which is still amazing.
Yeah,
but when this is all said and done, when we're looking 10 years from now, is anybody really going to be remembering this Warriors team as one of those historic teams of all time? I don't know if they necessarily are, to tell you the truth.
I think, in my opinion, that they will remember that because obviously, you look at the year before when they broke the record for, most wins in a regular season. They're going to see that and still pretty much almost the same team besides, adding Kevin Durant. But, I think they're still going to remember them as like one of the all-time best basketball teams out there.
Okay. Dorf, do you have anything else to add?
I don't.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anyway, let's close things out with the news tonight. We talked a little bit about Draymond Green earlier. Here he is doubling down his marks towards the city of Cleveland, which, look, I'm not going to kill him for, just because I'm not a big fan of Cleveland myself.
Come on down.
I don't think anybody's a fan of Cleveland besides people who live in Cleveland.
Have you ever seen the you guys, I'm sure, have seen the hastily made Cleveland tours.
Yeah, you've shown it to me like a million times.
I know.
Or after the
another good
technical that
reason to
wasn't
break
a
it
technical on Draymond, we saw him egging on the Cleveland crowd and making friends in the Ohio. He then said maybe they weren't the smartest people in the world. Maybe he had some time to think about it over the last 48 hours. Then again, maybe not.
Draymond, do you ever see the stuff that you say and say, maybe I shouldn't have said that?
Absolutely not. Because everything I say, I know what I'm saying. When I say something, I've thought about what I'm going to say before I say it. So, no, I never look at something and say, man, I shouldn't have said that. Because I'm a lot smarter than people think. When I say something, I've already thought about I was going to say it. So, absolutely not.
So
I know emotions were running high the other night. What's the gain of bashing Cleveland fans?
I didn't bash them. I just gave my thoughts. Well, they booed me and they thought I had a tech I didn't have, so that wasn't sharp.
It was on the box. Everybody thought you had that.
I knew I didn't, so maybe I'm just a little sharper than others. I don't know. But they played hit the road, Jack, and I didn't have to hit the road, so I didn't think that was that sharp. But maybe you thought that was sharp.
I was looking at the box score.
I was looking at reality, and I knew I wasn't ejected.
Dorf, you're a Michigan State connoisseur here.
That's what I was about to say real quick. I'm like, when they said, oh, maybe he had thoughts about it over 48 hours. I'm like, no, he's had the thoughts about Ohio fans since 5 years ago.
He's from Saginaw, right?
He's from Saginaw, man.
Yeah, he's from Michigan. And he played for Michigan State. I'm sure he's always hated Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Dorf, has he always had this type of attitude even when he was in college?
Tom Izzo had a shepherd's hook around him to control it a little bit, but yeah, he's a little indignant.
All right. Well, Jose Bautista takes.
This was actually pretty cool.
He took second on a walk as he, pretty much
great.
helped sum up the Mariners' season thus far. And
Load, please.
He gets to first, and for some reason he decides to keep running.
He sees Tony not looking at him. It's a stolen base.
But the middle infielders, they didn't go to the bag either.
Go Mariners.
Noise.
yeah. I don't know if you guys saw Mike Milbury was taking some heat in Nashville after he said that after Game 5, he said that PK Subban had basically his head getting driven into the ice by Sidney Crosby. He had it coming. Well, Unsurprisingly, the Nashville Predators fans took exception to that and let them have it after their Game 6 loss, which I'm assuming they were probably still a little salty about in the direct aftermath. Anyways, here we are with the Predators fan giving it over.
Improvement of. Sorry, got a little help with that.
Yeah.
Startled.
Your fan club is still here.
Crosby was never better than he was in this series. Terrific. And I think the unsung heroes were the defense.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man,
That is funny.
Noise.
you know it's again. What are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you know what? Mike Milbury had that coming.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mike Milbury definitely had that coming. And then finally, here's Shawn in the icy chugging contest. I believe this is at the Louisville Redbirds game, or the Memphis Redbirds game.
Oh, my gosh.
Shawn is on the right.
I better be on the right. That's a girl on the left.
That looks like Ham from Sandlot.
Yeah.
This seems like something Shawn would be in.
5. And time. All right, we're going to stop. And let's see. All right, let's open Kinley.
Yeah, he's got a.
There's Kinley. What do you think, Rock?
There we go.
He's wearing a Masters hat, man.
He is wearing a Masters hat.
Oh, my gosh, that's awesome. We should have a Slurpee chugging contest in here.
No, we shouldn't. That seems like an. You and Dorf can do
Dorf's
that.
not going to do it.
Slurpee? No.
Dorf's not a man.
Slurpees are things to be savored, not chugged.
No, they are things to be. Actually, I'm with you. I'm with you, Dorf.
I love Slurpees.
I like Slurpees too.
Want to go get one after here?
No,
Why?
because I've got to upload all the.
You just said you love Slurpees too.
Yeah, I love Slurpees, but I've got shit to do tonight,
Dude,
man.
he's asking you out on a date.
I am.
We went on a date last weekend,
I know. I just miss it already.
which I had to pay for.
I know.
What kind of gentleman are you, Shawn? Jeez.
What a jerk.
What a jerk! Seriously. Anyways, let's see. Is it confirmed? Are we moving to Sundays next week?
So next week?
I believe so. I
Okay.
think we don't have enough, settle on the start time, but yes, I think we're moving to Sunday starting next
Okay.
week.
What I'm going to say then is, everyone out there, stay tuned on our Facebook page, and
Tweeter.
social media, and whatnot as we.
It's my fault.
I'm going to say we're probably going to be moving to
6 o'clock. Well, this will probably be on at 7.
7 o'clock, something like that. Sunday night. Sunday nights. So, like I said, stay tuned, everybody. We'll make the announcement on social media. Anytime. Anything else tonight, you guys?
I don't think so.
All right. Shawn? Nothing?
No.
Dorf?
No. I'm good.
All right. Well, that's going to do it this week for episode 292 of the Majors Live here on TMSNX Radio. Make sure you give us your money on Patreon, patreon.com/themajors, or give us a donation as well on our PayPal account, which is you can link to directly on our website. Catch us on.
You damn shill.
Sorry. Head on over to our YouTube page, youtube.com/themajorstv.
Oh, you could actually. Ooh, have you enabled Super Chat on our live streams?
I don't know. I've got to check on that.
Okay. Well, that's another way we can take donations. Just
Yeah.
YouTube takes 30%, so.
Yeah, that's okay.
Bastards.
What else do we have here? Get us on our website, themajors.net. Twitter, at TMSNX.
We might have to have somebody trolling those, though, just in case.
Yep, at TMSNX on our on Facebook. That's going to do it. Like I said, have a good night, everybody. Bye for now.